Imagine, if you will, an entire school bus arriving right here. 65 happy kids jump out, all excited to be on a tour out of their classrooms. Curvilinear snaked parking bays will be painted in bright colors, putting smiles on their faces. As they come in, they get welcomed by myself dressed in my wizard wear. As I sit, the entire bunch, 60 to 100 kids, right behind me on these curvilinear raised terraces. I explain to them about the school and all the ecosystems and plants present at our property. Then we're split into 5 teams with 5 facilitators, taking them on a tour of our biomimicry inspired garden. We get to look at all the microorganisms in our soil through a microscope. The children get to plant their own vegetables, flowers and herbs, as well as harvest the salad and a variety of awesome vegetables so we can make our own salad. Together with the kids, we get to relocate the chicken tractor and they excitedly collect all the eggs for the pancakes that we'll be making just now. We get to grind our own flour so we could make the pancakes with pasture-raised milk and the eggs we've just harvested from our chickens. We get to harvest our own fish from this aquaponic pond, connected to a constructed wetland so children can learn how wastewater is circulated through plants so fish can have their own fresh water, all treated through a constructed wetland with aquatic plants. We also get a turn at quickly sticking our hands into a fire-raging inferno, all powered up by breaking down microorganisms and bacteria, decomposing garden and kitchen waste. The children get to collect and learn about medicinal herbs. They get to smell them, like this geranium, experiencing the pungent scents of medicinal herbs. And then we get to make our own tea on our solar cooker, which lights up a newspaper in 3 seconds. So they learn about the power of the sun and the incredible free energy that's available to us all to enjoy. Additional signage will be placed by every single herb, tap and ecosystem, so those inquisitive minds that would like to do more research can read and understand what these systems are and exactly how they work. Although we will explain to them on an entire garden tour, but there'll be more information available so kids can take notes and read at their own leisure if they didn't get something from the tour. We take them on a tour of our 80+ medicinal herb garden, explaining to the children how these herbs work, how one could make the preparations and tinctures, and what ailments and illnesses they can fix up, all from your garden. The children get to learn about catenary shapes and curvilinear structures and other ways of building roofs and homes, just like this Gaudi-style seashell roof right behind me that I built 10 years ago. In the afternoon, we're split into 3 teams. Team A will construct a small dome home. We'll teach them about catenary shapes and curvilinear structures, and we'll actually complete an entire dome with theory and practical. The other smaller children could be engaged by creating smaller clay models that they're welcome to take home upon departure. With Team B, we'll construct an entire grey water wetland that can treat bath and shower water, and in fact will add an additional 21,000 liters of water to any home just after half day of work. So we'll actually construct this wetland with the children from start to finish and complete it with the aquatic plants. With Team C, we'll actually construct this food growing machine right behind me that grows 150 vegetables on 1.2 square meters of space with 15 trays of wheatgrass and microgreens on the shady side, all powered up and fertilized with a worm tower in a center that chews up kitchen waste and garden waste to produce nutritional organic compost for these plants to thrive. To integrate it all, these plants will get the water from the wetland that the other team has constructed. So everything comes together into full spectrum of understanding. We show the children the river of sewage that's flowing on the border of our property. So now the constructed wetland that can treat all the grey water comes into full perspective as they realize that this need not be if we wouldn't lump the grey water and toilet water together into one. This river has been smelling for 14 months non-stop. A reality check for the young ones on the current state of planetary affairs, but a much needed one. And now the children start to understand the consequences of out of sight, out of mind type of thinking and the repercussions thereof on our planet, our rivers and our ecosystems as a whole. So now the understanding of how grey water wetland can actually solve this problem comes into full realization, and with all the three teams we get to brainstorm of other ways of how we can clean up our rivers. But grey water wetland alone will reduce the flow of dirty water into the rivers by 93%. That will make a massive difference to all the rivers on our planet. Throughout the day we get to make lemonade and sweeten it with raw sugarcane juice harvested from our constructed wetland. We get to make kombucha, and all kids enjoy a probiotic physical drink, a healthy treat that is grown with mother culture floating on top of Earl Grey tea. Throughout the day we get to drink living water, all harvested from our roof and channeled into 200,000 liters worth of storage that we have constructed on this very property, so we do not have to tap into ancient borehole water for any of our needs. 9 constructed wetlands, our eco pool, herbs and flowers all bring a variety of butterflies, dragonflies, as well as many other creatures, firing up kids' playfulness to interact with the creatures of our creation. We get to walk a labyrinth of time and slow down our minds in the midday quiet time meditation. We get to make our own tea on this rocket stove using just a handful of sticks to boil an entire pot of water. We'll make our food on this giant solar cooker that can fire up a newspaper in just 3 seconds. We get to bake muffins and bread in this solar oven so kids can understand the power of the sun and the hidden free energy that's available to us all to use. We also get to harvest our own leafy greens for our green juice, alkaline power infused with organic apples for taste. A reviving game of hide and seek brings joy and laughter, taking us gently out of quiet time. Peekaboo! We teach the kids about how to creatively utilize a variety of different waste, like these eggshells that can be used if boiled up and clean, ground up, and then used in our smoothies and drinks as high quality calcium that can plug up all the cavities and add calcium for strength into our bones. The eggshells, of course, can be also used to bust out all the snails creeping around your garden. We will also draw sacred geometry and teach the kids about nature's patterns and why they're made in that way, and so they can see the similarities of the Fibonacci sacred geometrical sequence found throughout every single life form in our cosmos. In fact, we have designed so many awesome hands-on activities in the last 7 years. Our journey with children started when we opened our own Waldorf-inspired kindergarten back in 2010 in the garden route. Here at Watili Arkaim, we celebrate life, we celebrate nature, and we celebrate our gifts of co-creation. We get to dance together, we get to play together, and we have a total learning blast. And none of us even consumed a drop of refined sugar, GMOs, or anything processed. It has been all natural and incredibly delicious. Kids leave with rosy cheeks and grins from ear to ear. This is unity, this is harmony, this is family, this is permaculture. We're all one and welcome here. Hi, my name is Alosha Linov. I'm a visionary inventor and a master builder of self-regenerative, self-replicating, biogeometric living environments that are in harmony with universal laws and our planet. And for the last 9 years, I have been building this school of permaculture that I wish to open in the next 2 months to a variety of schools, universities, corporations, and anybody that wants to learn how to co-create together in harmony and sync with nature. I have traveled to various live workshops and implemented all hands-on knowledge that I've gathered through a variety of projects that I've completed, and I really need your help now. Just for the final 10%. I've invested my entire life, all my savings, I've sold my decor business, I've put everything I can into the school, and we are 90% complete, and we just require the last 10% so we can open our doors in November 2017. I look forward to any donations or any support or help, time, energy. Anything is welcome. Please help us so we can help Africa and the planet to co-create together with our Creator.